Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the KOM Cycling saddlebag with integrated Garmin mount. If your bike has a small amount of seat post exposed, then it can be difficult to fit both a bike taillight or radar and still fit a saddlebag. KOM Cycling has solved this issue by creating their new saddlebags which integrate a rear Garmin mount. So this can be used with a Varia or flipped for other accessories. This gives you enough space to carry all the gear you need and then place your radar or taillight at the perfect position. We actually have both versions. There's a small and then the regular version. And for both of them, you can see very simple packaging. You just have a cardboard backing that shows you how it's installed, some of the features, and then the KOM Cycling branding on it. I'll go ahead and remove this from the packaging. We'll go over the specs. So retail price on this is $34.99 for the small, and then $39.99 for the regular version. With the regular version, you get 1.5 liter capacity, so quite a bit more. Both of them feature this Atop dial system, so you can see very cool. It just slides into place, so you line it up and then pull back on the plastic hook. It's very similar to BOA, so one direction clockwise to tighten. And then unlike BOA, you can't pull it, you just rotate it the other way to do a full release. These have nylon construction, which is water resistant, and you can see you have a coated zipper, which helps keep the water out. And the coolest thing about these is obviously the fact that you get the Garmin mount on here. So it's a Garmin Varia style mount. So it's a Garmin mount with the openings on the side, which is perfect for a Garmin Varia. These can be flipped again. So on the back side, you can see there's two other holes. You can flip this so you can use it with a Magine or other products that use a standard Garmin mount. In terms of what comes with them, simply just get the back and then the saddlebags themselves. Now let's take a look at the weight of the bag. So starting with the small one. Put that on the scale, comes in at 68 grams. And then the larger one is 86. KOM Cycling saddlebag use a classic angled saddlebag design that tucks underneath your saddle. It's an all black design that's available either in the small version or the regular version, which is 1.5 liters. They don't list the actual capacity for the smaller one, but you can see it's probably about 20 or 30% smaller. They have a simple fabric construction, so quite flexible and can expand a bit. And then there's coatings on the outside for additional durability. Branding on this is limited to KOM Cycling printed on the back side for a pretty clean look. As far as mounting, that's what's kind of unique about this. It uses a single Atop dial. There's actually no rear attachment to the seat post. It only attaches over the saddle rail. Atop is a competitor to BOA, so a very simple ratcheting design. Tighten in one direction, and then rotate the other way to loosen so you can see fully open, and then you can do micro tightening. So it makes it a lot easier to pull this on or off, and you don't have to worry about Velcro wearing out. This has a simple plastic hook that's connected by this thread. You have to line it up, and then when you tighten it, it'll push through and provide the additional tension to hold it in place. So again, single strap that goes right over. Both of the bags have the same design, and it is easier again than Velcro, and it won't get dirty. With the other cool feature about this is the fact that you get the Garmin Varia mount on here, so you can see this will kind of sit offset. And then you have this nice Garmin mount here. It's positioned with the slots horizontal, and that matches the Garmin Varia, but you can easily switch that. So if you have a Magine or other taillights, you can just swap this around. Then you have a standard Garmin mount, the vertical mounting, and you can put accessories. What's really cool about this is if you have a smaller bike or shorter seat post, you can actually now fit a larger size saddlebag as well as a taillight. Typically you end up with a taillight way on the bottom, which is really suboptimal. So with this one, it's a great design. There isn't much of a backing here, but you can see this is a thicker material, which does help it hold the weight of the radar. You have a simple U-shaped zippered opening on the back side. You can see a nice rubber coating on there. And because this whole thing is angled, when you open this, nothing will fall out. It is an all black interior, so you can see it just looks like a void on the inside, hard to see. It would have been nice if they had a high visibility interior, like something like Atop has. There isn't anything else on the inside either, no mesh pockets, and no hooks for keys. You just have to push everything in there and then pull it out, so no real way to organize it. But it does feel nice. It's pretty big, especially with the larger version. I imagine the smaller one's probably gonna be pretty popular. As you can see, good size here, and you could fit multiple tubes and tools inside it. Here you can see the saddlebag installed on our specialized tarmac. Because of this shape, it really tucks underneath the saddle really well, and we have the IGB Sport radar attached to it. So you can see it has great visibility, it's right on top, and because this only has a top strap, you can see there's some side-to-side play here. So you do really need to tighten down, but you do get a friction fit between the back of the bag and the seat post. And you can see again with this mount being up so much higher, you have great visibility, so oncoming traffic will definitely see you. Again, with that mount, you can see it being rotated 90 degrees. We have the IGB Sport radar here, but you can use a Garmin or other devices and rotate it as you need. There's a little reinforcement plate in there that's really held up well, so we haven't had any issues with that. And then inside the bag, it's pretty big, so you can really stuff a lot of stuff in there. It would have been nice if it was a high visibility collar. You can't really tell or see what's in there without just reaching in. So a high visibility collar would have been a lot better. But otherwise, once you grab what you need, you can tighten up the zipper and everything's nice and secure. Installing and uninstalling the bag is really easy. You have that nice Atop dial system, so you loosen it, not by pulling up, but just by rotating. And then you can see you have plenty of slack to install this around your saddle rail, and you have a nice plastic hook on the other side. Once you're done with that, you just tighten it up, and then it's nice and secure. We actually have one of their fold-up designs, so you can see same Atop dial, but with this one, it is a roll-up style. So you can see you open it up. You have a little Velcro cover that kind of compresses it together. And then you have this big pocket. So it's an interesting variation on the normal saddlebag. It's a lot more compact, so when you don't have anything in it, you can see it really folds up into a flat piece. Then it can expand as you have more stuff, but a lot less convenient. You can't really open this up without taking it off the actual bike. With this one, you can easily access everything from the rear. You can also see the size difference between the small and large version. A little bit more narrow, and you can see probably about 30–40% of the capacity. We also have the Atop Dyno Wedge, so really simple design. This one also has Velcro on the sides and then a rear one. That's kind of surprisingly missing from the KOM Cycling, so this can sway side to side if you don't really torque this down a lot, so it can move. This one you get that little extra resistance to prevent it from going side to side. The Atop one is a fully waterproof design though, and you can see sealed zippers, and with this one it's an interesting center zipper. Keeps it very symmetric versus this big opening, but harder to access. You really have to open it up fully, and then again, all black interior. Atop also has the side wedge. This uses their duo tap design, so really cool tab design that just slots in on top of your saddlebag, your saddle rail, so it's a cool little attachment. Again, an anti-sway rear attachment to your seat post. And this one has a non-symmetric design, so it actually opens up from the side, which is a little bit interesting. You do have a hook for a taillight or potentially a radar if you had a little clip, but you can see obviously this one is a lot more convenient with the modern radars. And this one you do have the high intensity yellow color, so really easy to spot everything on the inside versus all of these all black designs. Now let's go over the pros and cons of the KOM Cycling saddlebag. What I like about it is you have an integrated Garmin or Wahoo mount, so it makes it really easy to mount a taillight or radar taillight combination, which is really important if you have a short seat post. KOM has also used an Atop dial, which makes mounting easy and fast, especially compared to your traditional Velcro strap. They also have a large capacity for storing gear and tools with a nice cavernous interior, so you can really put everything you need for a ride. The main negatives with this bag is the fact that there's no rear strap, so it does sway side to side if you don't really tighten it down all the way. It also has an all black interior, which makes it hard to spot things, so you have to sort of rummage around inside it. Would have been nice if they had a high visibility color instead. Taking everything into account would give the saddlebag a 9.2 out of 10. It's a simple saddlebag with a clever integrated Garmin or Wahoo mount. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.